Hello and welcome to Between Sets. We actually haven't traveled too far since our last session, so we are back today at Just Some Noise Studios in Barrie with Barrie's own Witches Island. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So good to have you guys. So we were talking earlier, about the importance of friendship, and you guys have known each other for quite a while. How did you guys all kind of come together to form this group?
Basically, we've all known each other in different ways, either supporting other bands, we've just known each other from the scene, and then I was looking to get into another band, and I reached out to Becky, and she happened to say at the same time, hey man, I'm actually thinking of like starting something up, do you want to get something going? And we were like, hell yeah, because we've known each other for so long, and we love each other, and like being able to play music together is just like amazing, and it hadn't occurred to us to do that before, so that's how we started, and then we kind of dragged these guys into it.
So was it originally you two then, and then?
Well, it's actually, Nat and I were living together at the time in my little apartment where we jammed, and yeah, I had an idea. I asked Nat, I asked SJ, we all kind of came together, did a little bit of jamming with I think we had one song, which was awesome, and then we asked Sophie to come because she's amazing at lead, and yeah, everything kind of came together after that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you were doing your own thing too.
Yeah, and this is like the first band that I've actually played lead guitar in, so
yeah,
it was it was fun to get into, and that was my opportunity to like learn more lead stuff. So
Yeah, because you do a lot of your own solo stuff.
Like I've usually just played rhythm guitar and write my songs and sing, but this was the first time that I've actually played lead guitar in a band, which was really fun.
Yeah, cool. So, like, how important is it to have that camaraderie? I know from my own experience, if the chemistry isn't right, friendships can sort of end instead of it being a fun time and exploring the music-wise. But how important is that camaraderie to you guys?
I think that was our main goal in this, because we've all been in different bands, and we've all been through that whole thing where it's like being in another relationship, really. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure our main goal was just having a good time and not taking ourselves too seriously and stepping into a different side that we've just feeling confident.
I think that's why
on the same page
so well, is because we are like close friends, and we just like we get together and jam and have fun, and we talk about our lives, and even
if we don't talk for a couple weeks, even
together.
In between, we come together on that Friday night jam night. We usually spill our guts for first 30 minutes, and then gotta get down to business.
And we just have fun, and that's
important.
what it's about.
It's friends first, and then the music, and not a lot of bands work that way, and that's why you get a lot of drama. So when you have that connection and you have that chemistry as friends, the music's just going to be better anyway. Yeah. And we've all been in several bands, and I know that for me, it's by far the least drama that I've ever experienced in a band, and we're just having a good time, and then the music, how is that not awesome?
Yeah. And that's really what it's all about.
I think we surprise ourselves too, and we're just like, damn, and it's coming together good too. Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah.
But after 5 weeks flag. You knew it was too late when you still stayed with me. Waved a big red flag. You knew on the first date it was a mistake when you waved a big red flag. It was a big red flag. But you knew right away it was a mistake when you waved a big red flag. You knew it was too late when you sealed the fate when you waved a big red flag. You knew on the first date it was a mistake when you waved a big red flag. It was a big red flag.
You basically all have sort of a punk background to some degree, or at least an interest in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does that the camaraderie and the punk influence make it easier for writing, or does?
I think that's the thing is I kind of just like wrote all these songs and I was like, guys, these are the chords. You know, Sophie, make something sound cool here. Nat went home, wrote sweet bass lines. SJ was coming out with sweet rolls, and sometimes we'd figure it out as we're going through them. Try and remember it for the next time. But yeah, I think that like there was just like skeleton, lyric, and basic chords, and everybody brought something else to the table, which Sophie's background's not necessarily punk rock or anything like that.
And I wouldn't say that we're like punk. I would say we're like pop punk, you know?
Yeah, like
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
You know, like,
There's
I've got
different-
nothing against punk, but I would say that it's definitely more pop
What you
punk.
bring to the table is super poppy,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
what gives all the ring, like, those earworms in the
For
song,
sure.
right?
Because I would never necessarily have thought of myself ever being in a like punk band, you know?
No, I wouldn't have thought that for me either.
Yeah.
But even though I've liked it, I just didn't feel as though I would be able to be comfortable doing it. But this is where these guys are so forgiving and supportive and empowering. It's like, because I most of the time think of myself as a funk drummer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like Chili Peppers, big influence. And so to do this, it's like, oh my God.
But you bring that to the songs, which is cool. Like we literally all have our own style, and this is what it sounds like. So it is like we're like I don't know what we are, punk or pop. Like what are we? I don't know, but they're catchy and it feels good.
Yeah, the first listen I had to the EP that you guys just put out, I kind of got a bit of a Go-Go's kind of, but
Cool.
with a bit of an edge to it, I guess. Like it was nice, clean, like you said, poppy, kind of punky.
Lots of lyrics, like sing along kind of stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's definitely
It's very
tapping.
catchy
Was that designed that way, or did that just come naturally?
That's how I guess my songs came out.
Yeah.
Like that. Like
You've always
I try and make them more punky too, though. I'm like, I'll sing this different, and then I have this like country weird singing thing, but
I think that's what got me so interested is because I've always loved Becky's songs. Like even when you had your first band, I was always like such a big fan because
Rebecca
like
Wag.
I'm a huge fan of like, verse, chorus, verse, and it's like the chorus. Every song is catchy. Like the chorus, I'm all about a catchy chorus. So when she sent the songs and when I heard them, I was like, yes,
That's
I'll
fun.
be in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed like the rhythm section seems to really carry a lot of that beat. You guys work quite well together. Does it come naturally?
I think it does, yeah.
Yeah, we've never discussed it, so
No,
probably.
it just feels really natural.
They're usually like, we can't hear anything. We just hear.
I don't know what's happening.
But it sounds good, so we're winning.
Yeah, sounds awesome. And speaking of which, how long ago did you do that EP?
It was released last year.
Yeah.
On
and
international?
Last year?
Yeah.
Day.
So
we released the first
a year
single,
this
Red
one?
Flag, on Valentine's Day.
That's it.
And then we released the album on
It's been out for a year.
And how has the
Women's
response been from the...
Pretty good.
Good.
I'd say pretty good. We did some tapes with Tarantula Tapes, and he sold all his of ours, and we have a chunk left. Hopefully we'll get rid of those soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I think everyone liked it. We hyped it up a lot, so people were waiting for it for sure.
Good. That's good marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that was a bit disappointing was that we didn't get to do like an EP release party or anything like that, you know, because of COVID. But we've, you know, like we've got a show coming up next week, and we've played on Halloween, so it's been fun to like play the album for people again instead of just putting it out on social media and.
But I mean, that's the thing with the way things have been. Social media has been everybody's day to day, so like it is floating around. People are listening to music, you know, like it's a weird time, but it's also, you know, we got a lot of. Did we get a lot of stuff done? I don't know. We got our album done, and then we kind of been on a 2-year break.
Yeah.
But
and you did record it in Barrie as well, I understand.
Yeah, we did with Corey from Tarantula Tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was
then
a blast.
Dan Smithers mastered it.
He did master it for us.
Yeah. No, it sounds really good.
Yeah, that was fun. We did it all in like a weekend. We recorded the whole thing in a whole weekend.
That was the most fun I've ever had recording. It was such an awesome experience.
That's important too, because sometimes it can be really nerve-wracking. You go in there,
there was times,
and if the
for
air
sure,
is kind of tight and everything, you go, oh, this isn't good.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
No,
I
good.
used to have a lot of anxiety about recording. I
Yeah.
think this is my 4th recording, and I'm getting better over time. But, you know, working with Corey was just like, oh my God, this is fun. I didn't know
He's
this
also
could
to
be
the
fun.
point too, like he'll like, let's go, tell you.
Yeah.
We got it done like in a
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
So there's that in a house where we, you know, could have been slacking off a whole lot more, but it was like work. It was pretty
It was
impressive.
fun.
And it
work.
was just relaxed and easy, you know.
Yeah.
It was really
Good
fun.
thing all of our songs are mostly like 2 minutes.
Productive.
It's this feeling way deep down inside my gut. The thought of anything bad happening will suck. And now I'm hooked for life, no matter what you say. You learn to love the highs and lows anyway, 'cause they make me feel alive. They make me feel alive. They make me feel alive. It's this feeling way deep down inside my heart, and I can feel my heart just boom when we're apart. We just hold it close and never go away. Let's just walk the earth until our bones decay, 'cause they make me feel alive. They make me feel alive. They make me feel alive. Babe, you make me feel alive. Babe, you make me feel alive. Babe, you make me feel alive. It's this feeling way deep down inside my butt. Kind of feeling after each 12 to 14 gonna feel lovely even when I'm over fat. It falls and sag down to the floor and I'm okay with that.
Being a woman in the music industry, like growing up, I know from my era, I was listening to stuff like the Runaways, and there was Girls' School, and there's a whole bunch of Vixen, I think, and all kinds of girl metal bands. But how do you find it getting into this industry? I mean, there are other girl punk bands out there, but do you find there's any sort of discrepancy being female? Are you stereotyped or anything as being female going into a bar or just in the industry in general? Are you stereotyped, or do you find it challenging at all?
My very first experience, I started playing, oh my God, I don't know, 14 years ago or something like that. No, a little bit longer than that. Yeah, about 16 years ago. And my very first show was local. It was a battle of the bands. I hadn't been playing for very long. And I brought my gear up on stage, and the owner of the bar tried to kick me off stage. He said, "No girlfriends on stage." Wow. And I was like, "I'm the drummer." And he said, "I hate female drummers." And I was like, wow, this is my very first show. I've got to sit down and play. And it's a competition too.
Yeah.
So, and then afterwards, and I was terrified, had a massive stage fright. And then afterwards he said, "I still hate chick drummers, but but you weren't too bad." And
He
I was
thought
like,
you
"Is that a
really needed that compliment.
Yeah, I
He
know.
really needed to give that.
Now,
change.
having said that, at the same time, there were amazing musicians out there, guys,
Yeah,
yourself
lots of
included,
supportive.
who were like, "Rad, let's go."
Yeah.
Did not look at me as a chick. It's just like, you want to play music, I want to play music. Let's play music. And so there was massive support from certain guys.
You're not really
but-
having those conversations like, wow, I can't believe you can do that.
Yeah.
Conversations. It's
I've
just not
never
even-
experienced that, to
No.
be honest.
Yeah.
Like the music scene in Barrie, I've always felt included and
Yeah.
you know, like supported and appreciated as a musician. I've never had a bad experience like that. So
Yeah.
How
It's
about
a
you,
compliment
Nat? You
team.
played in a few.
Sorry that
it's
you
not- oh, no, it's
definitely
cool.
the last few years, the Barrie music scene specifically has been a ton more
Yeah.
women in bands, which has
Totally.
been just fantastic. It almost seems like they're outnumbering
Yeah.
the males in bands, so like, the
Yeah.
pendulum has swung a little bit. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, speaking of which, you're going back to the Barrie scene and everything, and yeah, it does have a really, really tight. I found supportive
Yeah.
no matter what you do. It's
Totally.
Shane with the Foxland
Yeah.
did
Oh,
for
he's awesome.
for
Yeah.
15, 20 years.
Yeah.
We've done an
That's
incredible
the first time I went up on stage by myself, like with my electric guitar singing. Like it's like I would never imagine myself doing that, but being in a place like that where you're comfortable and
See, Shane was one of those guys who's like, "You
So
want to play
many
music?
people.
That's awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always had like there was a lot of like nights specifically for the female musicians. You know,
Yeah,
it was
true.
all about celebrate the female musicians and
That's
stuff.
why
so-
it is better now, because
Yeah.
of people like that.
Yeah.
And it's made a difference, because it wasn't always that way.
No, it wasn't. No, that's so true. Do you guys remember your very first gig?
As Witch
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah.
It was the Death to Summer.
yeah, we
night.
did the
Oh
jam
yeah,
night.
we
just
went
did
and
a-
did the jam.
Yeah.
We did
night.
like a
Handful of songs.
secret, like, there was a Death to Summer party at the Fox, and we were like, we may or may not do a jam, and like, you know, so a bunch of people came and watched us.
Yeah,
That was our
that's
first
okay.
like live jam in front of people to show what we got.
And we'd had 2 rehearsals, I think, at that
Couple.
Oh,
point.
jeez.
Yeah.
But we played all of our songs.
And then we
so
booked a
yeah.
gig like
No.
Just, a
Just the
handful.
two.
a
Okay.
week later or something, didn't we?
And then what was the next one? Yeah. I can't remember like the first.
Because there were
It
two
was at
back to
the
back,
Fox.
and then the world shut down.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. We actually had to cancel one too that we were gonna play out of town, but
Yeah.
first one would have been the Fox doing the jam night.
Yeah.
So that was
fun.
really
And we
lax
got
too.
dressed up like we were going to a funeral.
Yeah, we all had
because
funeral
the theme was
attire.
Death to
Oh,
Summer.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
That's actually on the tape. The picture in the
Yeah,
back
you're
is,
right.
is
Yeah.
one that we took that night.
We're like, hey, we look pretty witchy.
yeah.
Let's take a photo. Black and whites. They're still sweet.
What's the long range? Is there any long range plans for the band?
Video.
you
We
guys-
want to do a video at some point, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Like it would be cool to have. Yeah, we pasted together. I did with all of our jam Instagram videos. I pasted together something for our Alive song. Super cute. It works really well, so it makes us excited to do an actual video. We talked about Wild Witch Island.
Yeah, there's
because it's
loads of ideas that
such
we've
a
got.
story, that song. Like, you know, if you see me, better run the other way. It's just like, you know, we're gonna crush your bones and cut off all your
Lure them
eyelids.
in, evil. Yeah.
Come on inside. This kind of thing. Like, that would be a really. I can see that video being like a first person view, like running through a house, like, if you see
Don't
me,
give away
better
our
run the
secrets.
other-" Yeah, so stay tuned.
Wild
Going back to the dynamics of everything, do you think the dynamics would change if you brought in like someone else to the whole scene, or are you guys that tight that it's like this is it and
like
you're
if
gonna
one
move?
of us left, or if we needed another person?
Yeah. Would
I
it
don't know
depend
if
too, maybe, or
I don't
are
know
you
if
guys?
that'd be like. It's hard to think of what someone else, what else. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It's hard to picture somebody else in here.
Coming in and like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
replace
It's a
it.
pretty, like,
It's
again,
what they play. Keys, I guess.
here's the tambourine.
The tambourine.
That's my
But
thing.
I think we've, like, discussed, like, you know, we love the band, we love each other, so we want to do what we can, but I know that we all understand that life happens, and if somebody needs to step away, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
everything has to come with them, so,
And there
Yeah,
are
we
a lot
wouldn't
of
hold grudges and stuff
No.
like that, you know.
no,
but
there,
never leave me.
there are a lot
Or
of
I'll
really
cut your
great.
eyelids off.
There are a lot of great female musicians in this town now. So
Yeah.
you know, being able to
Yeah, good to
jam.
know.
Yeah,
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's true. Like there's no fear of it like ever just ending.
No.
I don't think.
No.
We've
Yeah.
definitely
You've
again.
stuck
It's
with
been
us,
2
man.
years. We've been playing the same song, so it feels. You know, maybe by now, if things didn't go the way they did, we may have had a whole bunch of other songs or something. But it's still new to everyone. I feel like.
Yeah.
So
There's still new. There's
We have
a
a
couple
couple
of new
new
songs
ones.
that were that.
I'm excited
That's
about
fun
those.
to jam new songs is always
Yeah,
nice.
I was going to ask about that. If
Maybe
there's
do
something.
like a release, like one song or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's kind of
That'd
good
be
to
fun.
actually do that because it gives
I
a little
like
bit of a
it.
teaser.
Totally.
To
And it gives you
as
time
well.
to come up with more material. Like, I wonder what everyone's songs are going to be about, you know, coming out now. Like, are they all going to be like life? I don't know.
Well, that was a question actually I was going to have. Is like
In
through.
my room all alone.
Yeah, sitting,
So
dealing
sad.
with COVID. Was all that era for the last 2 years? Was it part of your writing? Like, did you kind of skip the whole thing and go, everything's?
I mean, I
Fine.
didn't. I had written the 2 new songs that we played, and they came really easy. And then I don't know, like I haven't really tried. I pick up the guitar, I jam here and there, and I let it out when we get together and jam. But life for myself, I just had a baby, so everything's like I'm a mom now, so I find trying to find time to do those things is weird, but.
With everyone's schedule, does it work out all right with jamming, get together, and being able to do gigs here and there?
Yeah,
For the most
usually
part.
because we used to jam every Friday night, so we'll kind of just have that in the back of our minds. Like Fridays are the nights that tend to still work for us. So. And
Yeah, and
obviously
this
with
space.
Yeah, I was going to say
Space
thanks
has
to
been
this.
awesome.
Yeah.
We used
Yeah.
to jam in
It's
my old
awesome.
apartment, but I moved, and so we were kind of worried where would we go? You know, like how much does this stuff cost, sort of thing. But we've made merch, we've sold merch. We can do this kind of things,
Yeah.
which is really fun.
It's nice to have
actually.
a jam space like this because there's not much in Barrie for rehearsal space.
So true. Yeah, just
For the most
desperate.
part, it's close
Yeah.
to. Nat lives out of town, which is probably a little bit of a pain in the butt sometimes, but we keep her happy. We try to
Yeah.
keep her happy. We
Keep
lure
Nat
her in
happy.
with snacks.
Do you guys have a full merch line and everything? Have you got into?
Well, that was it. We
we've got
made a
a
whole
lot
bunch
of
of
stuff.
merch before everything kind of. We planned to play a few shows and sell it, but so
Yeah.
we've got buckets of merch right now. We've had some
We've got
sweaters.
really fun stuff. It's all,
I
a
did
lot of it's like
tie-dye.
tie-dye, and Becky made it all herself. It's
Yeah,
really fun.
I was working for like a t-shirt press company as well, so I made all the merch. So yeah, they're really awesome.
She
And
designed our logo and everything too, and it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
we
cool.
just got hats, toques, some toques with a couple different colors.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. Now we gotta just like bring it to people.
We'll give you one if you
I was
want.
gonna say, if you
Please
wanted
do.
to.
Yeah, I'd definitely wear it.
Yeah,
I'd be
man.
honored to wear it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So with that too, do you guys do your own marketing with the social media? Is the Facebook and then
Yeah.
whatever else do? How important is that to you guys? Because I asked that question quite a bit actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
especially during the period we just went through, it's almost a must to keep up and let
Yeah.
people know you're still going
I know.
strong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
do you guys
like-
do your own then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a ton of live jams.
Yeah, in the
especially in the first year of the pandemic.
We did Halloween even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun. We
Yeah,
did
so that was great to keep engaged with everyone
Because we just came out with everything, right? So we wanted to keep.
to stream it.
Yeah. And I still have put our merch and stuff up on our Instagram, and try and share it every once in a while, you know.
The baby models hats.
Yeah, my baby.
Yeah.
I threw a couple hats on him. I was like, this'll be cute.
I feel like for anything these days, if you want to like get your name out there, you have to have social
You gotta work
media
it.
and
Sometimes it's overwhelming, but sorry.
That's okay, babe.
But yeah, it is. I think it is important. It keeps people entertained. I think
yeah.
keeps them engaged. That's the word.
Yeah, engaged.
Yeah,
That
they
is-
don't forget about us. But then hey, like we're just coming out after not playing for forever, playing a show next week with some like awesome bands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That
Yeah,
should
I'm
be exciting.
so excited for that.
Yeah, actually, we're playing with the Anti-Queens, and I've
Anti-Queens.
always
Yeah,
wanted
man.
to play with them, so I'm really
Stoked.
excited because they're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Is that the first bill with mostly female?
I
wouldn't
would say so.
No, we've played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show. It was a sheer pleasure. It was great to see you guys all again,
Yeah,
too.
thanks for
because
having
the
us.
last while, I've always kind of catch little bit glimpses and
Yeah.
pieces of you all.
At the beginning, you said Witches Island, but it's actually Witch Island.
Witch
We're Witch
Island.
Island.
Singular, not plural.
Yeah.
Only one witch.
But we are witches, but it's Witch Island.
Yeah.